All right, another live sales call coming to you guys live. Just finished uploading it here. Scott, how many objections do you hear?
Got like 6 objections, but a $6,000 PIF. Probably more objections than that, though.
Yeah, I think it was like 7 or 8, 10, 12, 13 objections. So this is gonna be like a straight up objection handling call. There's no discovery on this call recording. It was actually a call with a closer that we jumped on at the very end. If you're new here, I manage sales teams, so like sometimes I'll jump on at the end and help deals get to the finish line. So it's just pretty much 30 minutes of straight objection handling. The cool thing is after I actually closed this guy, he even sent the video in to the offer saying like, yo, I saw you guys have a different one-on-one program. I want to get part of that as well, but I missed the opportunity because I got closed on the call. So I'll show you guys that quick snip to show you that you can actually handle objections and push people and they can still be thankful for it and not have buyer's remorse. So I'll show you guys that. It'll show you that this process really works, and then we'll get right into the actual call.
Number one, I barely missed the cutoff because Clay Lake is too good of a closer. So I don't feel like that should be held against me because he is so good at the 2-call close. I was on the second call. I wanted to wait to a third call because I needed to talk to my wife first, and I wanted to do a demo with Nedzo first, just getting a little bit more depth on the use case for my agency and just feel a little bit more confident in the product. And he talked me through those, isolated those concerns. We found out it was more about fear, and he pushed me over the finish line. I'm happy he did because I'm glad I'm in it. I'm very excited. But had I waited a day, I could have been one of those 10.
Okay. So where do you want to go from here, man? I mean, obviously it's a pretty simple process from this point. Like you feeling kind of a little bit better about the decision, and like what do you want to do from here?
Come at it from that angle. Hey, I'm an agency owner.
Like, and I'm only saying this because you told me that you're like ADHD, you have a lot of ideas. I'm the same way. But like, would that be something that is more worth your time to go test all that out for all that, or just come in and follow a process that's going to make you more money?
You sound like my side coach AI app. It does this to me all the time.
No, I'm serious because I'm the same way. Like I get red dress therapy in real life with women, and I get red dress therapy in business. Like it's so easy to like be like, oh shit, like this, but like that would be way longer. Like think about that. Like okay, I'm gonna go test this, and it's like a completely different business model.
Yeah, a different business model.
Case study, but like the other thing you can do too is just like okay, or just go close 5 people quickly and then use those as case studies.
Yeah, that's fair.
The case studies aren't as important because you can show them the demo. Like we show you how to build the demo like I just did. So you can show them that, and it's like, it's not as much for them about like, oh, I wanted to talk to a client. It's more like, oh, I just want to hear what it is. Because once they hear it, they're like, oh shit, that's actually pretty good. Like, yeah, let's give it a try.
That makes sense. I was going to do my next question is like, do you need testimonials or reviews, or like what's the credibility that you're drafting off of to get them to say yes and try it? And the demo is a big.
But also again, like, it just comes on to your sales skill. Like we scaled an offer from 0 to 100K with 0 results. Like I mean, like 0 case studies. Like we never worked with them. We scaled that bitch all the way to 100K in 30 days. It's just because I knew how to frame. I knew how to frame it. I knew like, hey, we keep client info private. Like it's just a sales skill. Like you don't have to have like you don't have to say. Most of the time when people ask for portfolios and portfolios and portfolios of case studies and all these results and all these testimonials, the truth is they're asking is because they're just not confident that they can make it work personally. So they think like if they see all these other people that win, like that's going to make them feel more confident, but it actually really doesn't. It's the same thing as like watching Brad Pitt on movies and thinking like, oh, if I watch him, I'm going to get handsome like him. It's like, no, you're not. Like you got to actually, maybe go to you just got to go do the actions, right? Or like watching someone, that's an extreme example. But like what I've noticed is a lot of people that ask like for all the case studies, all the testimonials, is like they never make a decision. It's like they're just waiting for it to feel right, but it's never gonna feel perfect. Like it's supposed to feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like would you say like right now, because you mentioned like you're already leaning towards doing it, would you say it's more so like a feeling of comfort that you're searching for, or would you say more so it's just like fear? And the reason I asked too is not to push you, but like I also know you guys were pretty much ready to roll the other day. So I'm like, where do you want to go from here now? Is it fear? Is it feeling of comfort? Like what's kind of keeping you stuck?
Yeah, it's a fair question. I mean, because to use your example about case study, I think think to answer your binary question, it's probably a little bit more fear because I've been burned so many times. So that's part of where it comes down to is like Greg, don't repeat the same mistakes you've made of jumping into something impulsively that looks good, looks shiny, and has all these testimonials and these, whatever. Because I wish I had done a little more due diligence on the rank and rent business model before I sunk so much money and so much energy into it. Because if I knew today, or if I knew 2 years ago what I know now, I would have never done what I did in the last 2 years. It's been a colossal. It's unpredictable and it's not scalable from here. So I wish I would have started with a totally different business model 2 years ago. So when I learn about something new, I generally get excited about it on the front end, and then as I dig in, I bought a course on SEO, for example, and the more that I dug into it and learned about SEO, I'm like, I don't want to do all this shit. This is the actual SEO work is a pain in the ass. Like you're paying $500 a month, you're collecting $500 a month from a client, and you got to constantly do all these updates, and it's just like a really thick fulfillment process. And so it was sold to me as like really simple and really easy. And the more I got into it, I'm like, this is a lot of custom work for a little bit of money. Like, how the hell do you get to $30K a month and not lose your life? And so, I think it's just a little bit more running through the trade-offs and the pros and cons and make a decision on what I.
Well, let's walk through it, right? Like, number one, like, of course, there's probably a long list of things we can get into, but like the biggest thing is, you already said it, it's uncertainty because you've been burned before.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, what now? Because like, and I'm not saying that to like come off as any type of rude way, but like, bro, like everybody has. Everybody I've spoken to has been burned by something. It's like everyone's bought something and it hasn't worked. Chris bought a high ticket sales course that completely burned his ass.
Even a $10,000 dropshipping course.
$10,000 dropshipping course. Like everybody's been through it. So it's kind of like, I can understand the concern, but I think you also want to make a decision based on like the facts and like how you feel about a specific thing. Like for example, I'm sure like our conversation, things that we went through, of course we've been through a lot of ups and downs. We talked about case studies. We've done a whole bunch of different things here, but like, I'm sure that it's not the exact same thing as the rank and rep. There's probably something that you like better. There's something different. So it's like, you can't really look at the lens of like, you don't want to get in the habit of comparing two different things that are two completely different business models and two completely different teams of people. It's kind of like it's like the classic old age example of the girl, right? Like you take a girl on a date and she sucked. So you just like think, and this happens to guys too. Like guys will have like a bad date or get their heart broken. And like for the rest of their life, they just hate women and they never love them. It's actually a real thing. Like I have friends that are like this, like they're 27, 28 and like they just will never, like they don't even think about like seriously dating a girl. I'm like, dude, who the fuck hurt you? You know what I mean? That's a real thing. Now it's a classic sales example, but you can even take it more from like a specific standpoint where it's like, yes, maybe it took 2 years and it hasn't really been everything you want to be, but do you want to let that decision ground you from making a better decision now? Like, do you want to give that decision power over the way that you make decisions now for your business? And I'm sure you tell me no. Like, no, I'm not going to let that literally hold power over the way I make decisions for my business and my life now. And the reason I'm talking seriously now too is like, dude, I mean, Chris kind of filled me with the speed. Like you told me yesterday on the phone, like, dude, I got to make $30,000 a month or I'm going to lose my family's life. Like they're have to move out of this house. Like there's obviously a big why behind it. So it's like, if we can understand. And also like obviously like I want to kind of think on it, but also like, dude, you're obviously the man of the house. You obviously make the decision. So it's like, if it is just fear, then like, how do we kind of jump over it? Like what's really gonna like? You're probably gonna have fear whether you jump in now or if you jump in a week from now. Like the fear is not gonna go away. It's not going anywhere because like any decision you make to grow is gonna be uncomfortable. There's no such thing as like, oh, I feel super comfortable, I'm gonna jump in, because if you feel overly comfortable, then you're probably not gonna take the action that's needed to actually win.
Yeah, no, I mean I get that. I've leaned in a lot of fronts, so I've grown a lot more comfortable with ambiguity and uncertainty than I was earlier in my life and career. I mean, I basically I have three options of where I invest time and money in 2026. One is to do this and to learn something new, right? Go into something that I currently don't understand, but I see as intriguing and attractive, and just dive in and get through the tech hurdles and the learning curve hurdles to build something new. 2 would be to keep going on Rank and Rant, which has problems for what I described, but basically just keep trying to scale what I have now. And then 3 would be to do consulting at $250 an hour in my old world and just try to get more projects, which brings in cash flow, but isn't building towards what I want ultimately, right? Like it solves the short-term bleeding. I took a 3-month gig, 20 hours a week, and $250 an hour, and that was great. And I made a bunch of money. And when I was done, it was over, and it didn't build anywhere, right? So I was still stuck in the same spot that I was in before, which is little recurring income and no escape out of the rat race. So yeah, those are kind of the 3 scenarios that I'm running. I guess 4th would be running an SMMA on the side, and trying to scale that thing.
Which would be the same thing. It's just building a business to help other businesses out. I'm telling you, it's the same. Whether it's AI or marketing, like you're helping businesses with a specific service. People just
it's the same overall like assembly line. It's just a different widget, right? And this is the newer widget that potentially is a little more attractive to get into phone calls with.
But now let's actually like zoom out, right? So you have these 3 options. The latter 2 you seem pretty not excited about. Like, what do you ultimately want?
What I ultimately want in what regard?
Like, when you look at those 3 options, like, you didn't really seem super excited about the consulting thing. Obviously, Rank and Rent, you probably wouldn't be on this call if you were happy about Rank and Rent.
Right.
So it kind of leaves us with, like, you want to jump in, or what's still keeping us scared?
Yeah, I want to do it. I definitely want to do it. Yeah, it comes down to a fear of having been burned multiple times before, and wanting to talk to my wife and sleep on it, and probably do the demo tomorrow. And I could make a call by Thursday or Friday by the end of the week. A tactical thing. So the 30,000 leads and the calls. Can you just put those in writing somehow? It's not in the contract.
Yeah, we can bill all that out.
I've had buku experiences of people saying one thing and then getting the other end. Like, I don't remember that. So I verify everything in writing these days. Because I alluded to this yesterday, but I did a done for you agency with a guy out of Utah that I had some mutual friends with, and he showed me all the systems. I was in Utah. We met in person. He had a fulfillment house in Britain, and then he had a call structure in Latin America. He'd done 10 agencies, and this was like, make a big investment, and then it's done for you. And so I'm the capital and he's the horsepower. And so I was like, I'm going to learn from you. It basically like, it was 200 grand. It basically like if I gave Joel 200 grand and said, hey, you know what you're doing? Turn my 200 into 350 over the next couple of years. And I'll pick up a little pieces of what you're doing to apply to my own agency, and let's go. And as it turns out, the whole thing was a freaking Ponzi scheme. So this was like a year ago. And like, I've had conversations with the FBI trying to take this guy down. So that's, it's not like I bought a $2,000 course and got burned. Like there's trauma underneath that I've been working through in other ways. So that's why in a 24-hour period of time, like, everything looked great there too. I did a bunch of due diligence. I talked to a lot of his investors, and they're invested. He sent me with 3 people, and all of them were like, yeah, I'm having fantastic results. The money's coming in as expected. In fact, even better than expected. And then I had this oh shit moment about 2 months into the relationship where I was like,
well, even like with that though, right? Like you mentioned, like you went through all of those things, three referrals. Like at the end of the day, you still had to make a decision. And yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't say that one was on you, but also it's kind of like, what now? You know what I mean? Like that's just the perspective I look at business though. Is like, I just don't think it takes, like for me, it's like decision. Like there's going to be decisions you have to make. There's going to be decisions in life that you don't have time. Obviously, this isn't something where like we're holding a gun to your head and you have to make a decision. That's not what I'm saying.
But yeah, you initiate an exploding offer, which I appreciate. It's not the price goes up tomorrow, or
unless it does.
I was gonna say, I mean, I could potentially make a deal happen today, but like, yeah, it wouldn't go up tomorrow, type of thing. But even with that being said, right? Like you walk through all those things. It's like, okay, the demo, like if you're an accelerator, you're gonna have a demo 3 days a week.
Okay.
Like Ned's like, and the way I understand it, I'm not saying that meeting's pointless, but I'm also saying like Ned's probably gonna be like, I mean, yeah, we already do a lot of this stuff white labeled for accelerator. Like I can help you with this, but like, do you have a business? Like it's kind of like going to Go High Level before you have a business to use Go High Level. You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna be like, okay, well, what are you using this for? Or like just sign you up on it for your business. But is that the goal?
No, like I mean, like I said, it could be a nice case study or whatever,
But again, it's kind of like, and I'm speaking to you because I'm the same way. It's kind of like that's just something that like we're creating in our mind right now. That's not the ideal thing to do.
like if you were, it's fear, it's fear mitigation. It's what if I can't sell this?
So
Yeah,
if
so
I had a
you're
kid,
already kind of looking at you're already kind of looking at a plan B. We're like, don't look at a plan B. Like full transparency, like with what you told me, with what you've been through, with what you have to be,
Yeah.
with where you have to be financially.
yeah,
You don't have time for a plan B. Like you
No.
gotta commit to something. You gotta go. Like it's the same. Like even at
Yes.
a much micro level. Like when I was first getting into business, like my first business failed, and not even probably close to like what you've seen. But I was like negative $800 in my bank account. I just moved out at 18. I was like, fuck, I don't have anywhere to live, and I gotta make some money.
That's my son's situation right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, plan A, and I gotta figure it out. You know what I mean? So it was like I still had 10K in a credit card. I was like, I gotta do something. And that's when I finally started I put 10K into Agency Lab way back in the day. It was like this point 2.5, 3 years ago.
yeah,
So it's like, and I'm not saying that to say that like, I'll never say Joel saved my life. Like I saved my life, but there's
Yeah.
definitely guys that have helped me do so. Like I needed that process. I needed that game plan. I needed that community, that support to be like, okay, now I know what I got to do and I know what I got to commit to. And the good thing about being with your back against the wall is like, you do operate at a higher level. Like some people like, if
Yeah.
they're not,
That just turned on for me. Like, I mean, it's the ADHD thing. It's like urgency, right?
And then
Like, frankly, I've had enough money in the bank where I had a false delusion of security, and I've dwindled it. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last 2 years from inaction, and I was working through like trauma and therapy and all this kind of stuff too. So I was like reconstructing a whole ego identity, and like I lost my faith, and like all kinds of stuff have just been massively disruptive from a life standpoint that finally settled out a couple of months ago. Like a just health crisis, faith crisis, marriage crisis, like all the things. But I'm like healthier now. I'm spiritually or settled, like much more settled, and my brain's working again. Like I just couldn't, I couldn't work. It was weird because I was like a high achiever for years. Valedictorian, got all the grades, got all the promotions, accolades, worked up to CMO at a young age, making a lot of money, making 400K 3 years in a row. We exited, I got a 7-figure check. So all these things happened, and then I just hit this breakdown and this complete like combustion. And it's taken me years to recover. And so, yeah, a couple of months ago, I finally had this like literal come to Jesus moment where I'm like, all right, I got to change and I got to get back on track. And I need to find what I'm going to do. So I doubled down on Rank and Rent, hired 2 people to start doing it, started getting the leads out. And it's been encouraging and good from the standpoint that it's like lifting. But then I'm just doing the math and I'm like, this ain't going to get me to 30K in a year. Like, I don't think it is. So that's where I'm like, I gotta really sink my energy and attention to something that is going to get me there.
and then you also mentioned too, bro, like you're like, I'm thinking clearly and I have in a long time.
Yes.
If you're thinking clearly right now, like, what do you feel? Like, do you feel like this is it to get you there?
I want it to be. I'm definitely more like my brain's been thinking about this nonstop for 24 hours, and that's when I can't shut my brain off about something. That's usually a signal to me that I'm onto something, right? Like I like the prospect of the Rank and Rent model in terms of what it could provide, but it's not working out, and I've avoided for 2 years really digging in. And I think part of it too is the ethical thing that I was talking about yesterday. Like you have to get all these fake profiles to make it work, and I just that doesn't jive with my internal system a little bit. And so I think that's part of it too. Is like the prospect of sinking my time and attention into something else that could potentially provide the same outcome, but with a better product and with people that are really skilled and talented coaching and mentoring me is enticing. And so that's why we're here. That's why I'm sitting on the ledge looking over.
And that's where it's like what do we got to do to jump over that ledge? Tell me. Are you looking for a better deal? Like, cause dude, at this point, I'm like, I know we can help you, and like you've already had multiple calls.
Yeah.
Like I know where you're at, and it's like I've been through this too many times. I've been on too many of these calls where like the guys that make a decision actually do something, and the guys that don't, you don't talk to them again. Most time, I'm not saying you're one of those guys, but it's just most times like it's just how it goes.
So it's like, I get it. I'm in sales. I understand. Like yeah, they say yes and they give you the credit card and they go. It's gonna happen. And if it's a follow up, it's a 5 to 10% chance, right? Most of them fit out.
I would say more than that. It's just like the guys that actually commit are usually the guys that win, because they're like, okay, like, I'm putting my balls on the table. Let's go do it.
Yeah, I hear that. I've just already put them on the table a lot of times and they've been stepped on. So
then again, right? Like, what now? And I'm only saying that now. I'm challenging you, bro, because like, bear in mind, right? I manage a team. I don't get this. Isn't about commissions to me, but it's more about like, I know you've been burned before. I know you've been through this shit before, but it always does come back to like, what now? That's just like I'm a very big believer in like living in the present, and it's like.
Yeah.
You've probably been burned by a lot more shit than I've ever been burned. I'm not going to sit here and try to make up the story that I've been burned 1,000 times too. I've been burned, but probably not to the same level that you fucking have. But it still applies. Like, okay, well, what are we going to do about it?
Yeah, a couple decades ahead of you or whatever. But yeah, I mean the options are the options that are in front of you right now. But then you also wrote down like
the other two options seem like they're not even really on the table anymore. Like, I don't really want to do the consulting. I don't want to do the room rat. Like.
That's a survival technique. That's like if I just have to do something to get the cash flow. Like I'm good at it, but I hated it. I did it for 20 hours and I could barely like focus and do it. It's just like I'm over it. I got bored of doing that style of work, and it's not moving me anywhere. So yeah, I'm definitely the two things that are coming to mind that would potentially help me get there. One would be if the price is negotiable at all. If there is an offer, we can talk about that. The second would be I don't know how you do this, but if I put together like a succinct summary of what we've talked about, right? Just where I'm at, what I'm looking to do, the agency I'm trying to build, why I'm interested. If Nick or whoever the guys that does onboarding work come back and say, hey, based on this, I think you should be in this niche. This is what we would give you and why. You don't even have to say it. You could like use words because I wouldn't want him to feel like I'm trying to milk this for data or whatever because I have no idea what to do on my own. So he could say like, hey, I think it's this style of business. We have a niche in mind for you, and here's the reasons why. And if I felt confident in that, I'd go for it.
Yeah, so like you mentioned. Because that example, so number one, the first thing, yes, we can talk numbers if we're going to get to a decision tonight. Second thing, though, is like, look, that's also something that would be very easy for us to just be like, oh, yeah, bro, had a conversation today, this niche, this, boom, now you're happy. You want to buy? I could do that right now. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not a liar, right? But
right.
Like, that's something, quite frankly, I could do right now if we really had to fulfill that like need. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, we're going to select a niche that we feel like you're going to crush it in. Like this is the part of the stuff that we do for you for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason why
like, of course, you come up with strategic rationale that would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like Nick does this all day long. Like we have so much data. So like that part's going to be done regardless. Because bear in mind, like it's not like you're getting this for 60 days. Not like you're getting it for life. Like you'll have that support for life.
So what's the boot camp piece of it? Just tell me the urgency element of that.
I mean, I guess the urgency is we only do 20 cohorts a month, like 20 members per cohort.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for that is like really just because of all the shit that we do, it would be genuinely difficult to bring more people on. I'm sure we'll probably open up more and more. Like maybe next month it'll be a little bit more than 20, but like up until this point, we haven't done more than 20.
Onboard people and select niches and all that. I get that.
Yeah, it's just
like we'd probably have to train up a few more Nicks before we like really open up the floodgates. So like.
Right.
The urgency is, I mean, really, urgency to me is like, what even is urgency? Like, I do everything with urgency. Because it's like, again, I don't know, like, that's just the way I look at it. It's like, you got the moment and that's all you really got. Like, and honestly, in business, like, you'll learn that's the best frame of mind to have. Because, like, most times there's going to be shit that comes up where you have to make a decision. There's probably, like, think about it, like, in life. Like, there's times where you have to make a fucking decision. Like, there's things that can't wait. You know what I mean? Like, that's why the biggest business owners of our world talk about, I make very fast decisions. whether it's a bad one or a good one. Most of the time, it's a good one. But if I don't make decisions, then my business dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Made a lot of decisions for my business. Yeah. A lot of bad ones.
Some good
But
ones.
bear in mind, too, a lot of the ones that you've been through that seem iffy. It's like, obviously you want to take accountability for it, but like the last one, the Ponzi thing, like, dude, there's nothing you can control about that. You just got fucked.
Like, yeah. I even have my best friend who's really smart and has sold a lot of businesses. He was at lunch with me and he was shocked. He was like, I didn't see this coming. My son was there too, man. He looked me and my son in the face and said this thing was legit. He was like, I'll mentor your son. I'll teach him how to do an agency. I'm like, awesome. He's a fucking liar.
Yeah, just
Anyway,
but yeah,
that was
so,
like 6 months ago, so it's fresh. So
Yeah.
Then again, it's
that's-
like, dude, the best way you can move past that is give that shit no fucking energy, because it's gonna by giving it energy is like only gonna make you feel shittier. So it's like,
Yeah.
obviously you want to use energy, but like, dude, put it into something for yourself now. Like, fuck that guy. It is what it is. It happened. What now? If you can develop that, because like I'm ADHD, that mindset has helped me through so much shit, because it's like, what now? And then you act out of like, you actually act with like more dominance, because you're like, I got to do something. What now? Fuck it. Happen.
Yeah.
What now? You know what I mean? Like you become invincible in a way in terms of decision making, because like you can't be affected. That motherfucker already, like, dude, he's probably got, him and God probably got something going on for whatever, if he's fucking people over that bad. Like, I honestly, God bless him. He's probably worse off than you spiritually. So it is, you know, the way I look at it. But in terms of a deal, I mean, I can talk numbers.
Yeah.
I know initially you guys were looking at getting started with Split It. We can still use Split It if that's what you want to go with, but we can work around it. I mean, I guess first and foremost, are you still kind of like, I want to use Split It, to where like I have the credit availability, I can do the 12 months.
yeah, it's helpful. It's helpful. For a couple of reasons, just for cash flow purposes, and then I think I'm gonna make a lot more money next year than this year, and so to be able to put the majority of that, I mean, because it'd be like one payment in December, right, and the rest of it would be next year. That's gonna be however much subtracted from my revenue, and so it saves me another $1,000 essentially to put it next year, because I'm saving more in taxes that way, and I think it makes it more palatable on the marriage conversation of like, I didn't sign up for something that's thousands, I signed up for something that's hundreds a month.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, dude.
I mean, the beauty is like, this is where it is nice. Like Chris normally isn't really able to do too much of this, but I am the manager, so I can kind of play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you're down to jump in right now, I'll drop it $1,000. Let me just double check.
Oh, if you're bad at mental math, I think it's 56. I think it's what it is.
I think it's
63. It's 63. You bastard. I'm just kidding. Yeah, can you pull your credit card? I'm just kidding.
63, so 6,300, and that could be done on Split It with the
Yep.
12 months with the 0%.
Yes, sir.
I'm super
Right.
excited to see you crush it. Like, dude, I know you have a lot of energy when you can commit to something. So, like, dude, just follow this process. You're gonna kill it. And I'll see you on Tuesday.
Awesome. All right, man. Looking forward to it.
All right, G. Talk to you soon, brother.
See ya.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I'm really him.